Hello, good people. It's Trigger Vapes here again. A little bit of a review today, slash just my opinion on something. Come with me for a little travel back in time. Now, when I started vaping, which would have been about 2003, 2000, sorry, 2000, yeah, 2013, 2014, there wasn't really much choice at all. I started off on little pens like this. This ego pen, which still actually works, quite shocked with a Kangatech Pro Tank on the top. There's a name you don't hear much of now, Kangatech. They really got me into building, and I hope that's another story. Yeah, and the coils on it was, we'll have a look. There wasn't the best. The that was basically a coil. So if you can see, you've got your two little pieces of wicks running through and a single round wire going through it. For the time, that was okay. It was very good, in fact. That did the job. Flavour were exactly brilliant, but the stuff was vaping back then didn't really matter because it was mainly all tobacco, it's quitting smoking. And then Aspire come out with the Nautilus and took the entire industry by storm. This tank. Well, not this tank, because this is a later model. This is the Mini, but the bigger version to it. Nautilus coils. Nautilus coils, think of it like a hammer. It's the same hammer I use at work now that my granddad did. Why change it? It just worked. And that's what happens with these coils. They just work. So you can still buy exactly the same coil now, but in a brand new kit. Still mouth to lung, because everything back then was mouth to lung. It was war until really eLeaf brought out the first sub device that you could sub home on. I have got one somewhere. I had to do a little bit of a chat about that one of the days. The iSticks, which really started the race for the subs. But anyway, this was a brilliant tank. The flavour on it was great. The coil was great. And then time goes by and you start vaping on bigger stuff and cloud chucking. But first thing in the morning when I get up, I don't automatically fill the house up with vapour. I grab a cup of coffee and I go for a mouth to lung. The reason why I like mouth to lung is I like the nicotine hit. And as far as I'm concerned, still the best stock coils for mouth to lung. Stock coil, yeah. I'm also a big fan of some of the rebuildables out at the moment, on the Digiflavor Siren being one. That's another story. We'll come down that road because that's something else I could have a look at. But yeah, the good people at Red Hot Vaping at West Brom, we've got a bit of a deal going with them, whereas they supply me with the vape gear and I give them money. So yeah, introducing the Aspire AIO all in one. Let's have a quick look around the packaging. It says on the back, they'll vape in a bin. And at the front it lies to you and says it's got nicotine in and it's bad for you. No, it's not. Not when you buy it. There's bugger all in there. It'd be nice if there was a bit of e-juice in there for free, but did I? It's all TPD. You've got to have them on, and obviously it's bought from a reputable shop, not somewhere which is just going to give you the same shit they get in China. But yeah, Aspire Nautilus all in one. So I thought I'd give this a bit of a mess about with. I've had this probably from about October. It's been used quite a lot on a daily basis. But the packaging's quite nice. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like a wood effect. I know it's cardboard, but it looks like a wood effect. I expect it to play music when you open it up, you know, ding, da, ding, da, ding, da, ding, and something pop up with some jewellery in there from my nan's sideboard. But now it's still quite nice. But let's have a look what you get inside the actual packaging. I'm coming in close, so you might want to turn down your actual TV. You get a warranty card, which nobody really bothers with. If this knackers up, I'll go back to the shop. If I call sort it, goes in the bin. You get instructions, which obviously, being a man, I don't look at. This little baggie, that's quite important. You've got a few seals in there for the top and the bottom of the coil clamp, pin. I don't know what you'd call it, wherever it basically goes on to. And then the orange doohickey thing, that'll come into play in a bit. It's basically your bung for your e-juice. But then the actual box itself, so you get your charger cable, which is USB. Normally I'd say do not charge your devices with internal batteries, such as this, through the USB port on there. It's the easiest way of knackering up A, the mod, and B, not having very good life out your battery. Your best bet's always buy a proper charger. With this, it's an inbuilt LiPo pack. You haven't got a choice. You have to plug it in. Let's have a look at that. Now, that's basically it. That's really all it is. It's gone really dark again. It's just I'm back. But yeah, that's all it is. But that is literally running, if we look at the packaging, the old 1.8 Nautilus bottom coil. And it's even got, like I say, the old mesh in the bottom. This isn't mesh coil as in what you're thinking of. It's just a spit guard. That's all that does. It's still, I think it's dual parallel wrapped round wire, 1.8. Now, if I was to strip down my old Nautilus, which is from about 5 years old, something like that, about 5 years ago. So we're getting the old Nautilus. Yeah, they've been apart for a while. Yeah, there we go, it's gone. And look at the coil in here. Now, obviously it's going to be covered in crap. And the only little reason I've kept it in there is to keep it together, because I'm a bit of a nostalgic git. But yeah, mesh at the bottom, same, just a spit guard. Same holes. In fact, it's probably a more modern coil, because the original ones had even small juice holes in there. They've made the juice holes bigger in the newer coils for people to vape the thick liquids. I still wouldn't go any higher than 70-30. Any higher than that, there's a good chance it's just while wicking time and you'll end up getting dry burn. And then you'll buy the device, you'll throw it away, you'll say, well, that was shite, and move on to something else. But in reality, you just ain't used the right stuff in the right tank. But yeah, lung to mouth, still can't be beaten. And that's the same, more or less, coil from way back. Now you can see it, 1.8. I can see it better on my camera than I can with my old dodgy eyes. But yeah, so that's what basically goes into this. This hasn't got one of them in. It's got a variant of that coil, the new Nick Salt coil, which is something else I want to have a bit of a chat about. It's 1.7, so it is sub-ohming really. But like I say, you ain't got to worry about it. 1000 milliamp battery power. You've got a little bit of venting on the bottom. I mean, you say it's 1000 milliamp. Ooh, that's no bloody good, look. Then again, you're only vaping it at probably 12 watts coming out of it at a time. So it's an all-day battery. And then you've got your little bit on the top, which I'm quite surprised I haven't lost yet. Pop, that just pops off, stops crap going in there out your pocket. And then the display, and what it can do is amazing. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it flashes at you. Now, when the battery's going flat, it flashes at your red, and that's all it does. And then same again to switch it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flashes at you. That's the pod. You can see the juice what I've already got in there. And yes, it is juice, and that looks like blooming battery acid, but yes, it's juice. And then you get the pod out. So when you buy the kit, 2 buttons on the side, either side, clip, pod comes out. And then you've got your orange doohickey thing, which I says about, which is your fill port. And the gear a spare one, because obviously back and forward, it's going to wear eventually. I think you can actually buy these online. You can actually get just the pods. Why you'd bother when I'm 25 quid for the entire kit, I don't know. But yeah, that's something to think about. The actual bottom to where the battery sits is also your air supply. So you've got a really stupidly tight, so you sucking up some McDonald's thick shake, or wide open, which is still a restricted sort of draw. It's still a mouth to lung. You ain't gonna go direct. Well, I'll try it in a bit. And then all you do is undo that, pull it out, get your new coil, shove it in, screw it back together, and then you're away vaping once you're filled up inside there with some juice. Now, I'll show you how it vapes. Like I say, it's not a cloud chucker. It's how it's designed to be. So, same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. on it comes, and then yeah, it helps if it was already on. I've just switched it off. It is nice, I must admit. It's a very heavy liquid I've got in here at the moment time. Heavy as in nicotine wise. First thing in the morning, I like about a 6 milligram in a mouth to lung, normally in a Digiflavor Siren. With the new coils that are specifically designed for Nic Salt, what I've got in here, I thought I'd try some Nic Salt in here. This is 10 milligram Nic Salt. Now, the entire thing with the Nic Salt thing is free base nicotine. It gives you the throat hit. That's why people who quitting smoking like to mouth to lung it, because you get the throat hit like you get out of a fag. Now, to me, 6 milligram is way powerful enough for our vape. 50-50, probably not. 70-30 VG, 6 milligram. Happy as a pig in the proverbial shit ass. But I'm trying a bit of Nic Salt. This is 10 milligram. Now, it sounds like it's a lot because it's 10 milligram, but because it's Nic Salt, it's smoother. A hell of a lot smoother than free base nicotine. It's nice. And while I've got an out of the mountain time, which I also got from Red Hot Vaping, as you can probably tell, I spend a lot of time down Wednesbury. Vampire Vapes. And it's their Nic Salt line. This is Heisenberg. I don't know if you've heard of Heisenberg. It's very blue for starters. And it's a fruit mix with a menthol. And then the menthol gives you a hit as well, so that's quite nice. I enjoy it. My brother calls it brute aftershave because he says it reminds him of. But each to their own, eh? Everything's subjective. But yeah, that equals happy trigger first thing in the morning. If you're trying to quit smoking, get one of these. It's your best bet, really. Stick a 20 milligram, which I'm allowed to use 20 milligram Nic Salt in there. I've even seen some people buying them offline for about 36 milligram, which is still legal in this country because it balances out to about 18 mil. But it's a lot smoother, so you can get the nicotine down you. 2 seconds, quick drink. Yeah, we're being sponsored by Shandy because that's about as risky as I ever get, and that's making me tipsy. But yeah, get one of these if you're quitting smoking, or get one of these for someone who you want to quit smoking. It's that incentive to do something about it, to put the stinkies down. It's a new year and all that, and pick something up that'll do you bloody a hell of a lot better. But I'm quite enjoying this. I'll try a direct lung actually. I'll slipstream it with my mouth a little bit. I have it to you. I ain't going to get any clouds out of that other than what you just seen. But thanks a lot anyway for watching. Like and subscribe, and also comment. I've had a few comments lately, and it's absolutely lovely, especially with some of the comments off some of the people I'm getting from who I claim to be actual semi-celebrities, if you know what I mean. Juice reviewers and all that, and Evo, which little old Trigger like got his own little channel. He's entertaining himself, putting videos up, and then you've got celebrities like, I'll name her out, Mama Vapes. If you ain't subscribed to her, look at her. Get yourself on YouTube, check out Mama Vapes, Jules Mama Vapes, and subscribe to her because she's bloody brilliant. But other than that, thanks a lot for watching. See you later. Ta-ra.